Hey guys, it's Sapphire Yagami with the review of Teen Wolf, episode 11 of the fourth season and episode 12 of the fourth season. Episode 12 is titled A Promise to the Dead, and season finale episode 12 is titled Smoke and Mirrors. So in episode 11, we have Dr. Deaton captures a guy named Patrick. He's a Wendigo, and he takes him to this special secret area of Eaton House, which is like the supernatural wing just for, supernatural, Wendigos and whatever else they have in Beacon Hills. So he goes to see this inmate named Dr. Valek, right? He said he has knowledge of what Kate did to Derek, and so he removes this bandage from his head, and it's like this hole right here, right? And so when Dr. Deaton looks into it, he literally sees an eye. So it's this guy's third eye, and he becomes placed into a coma. He finds out the information, but then he becomes like in a coma. Meanwhile, we have Liam still having nightmares and hallucinations of the berserkers, which make him very jittery at school and everything. Chris Argent tracks down his sister Kate in sewers. However, he finds Peter and a berserker. Peter impales him with this metal bar to prevent him from going any further. And then we have Lydia appearing at Derek's loft in the middle of the night while he's sleeping with his chocolate boo, Brayden. And she screams, her banshee thing. Stiles and Liam are preparing for the first lacrosse game of the season. However, Scott and Kira will not be attending because they're on their first official date at Derek's loft. So, they have these lights hanging, and she lights them up, with her kitsune powers. And then they decide they're gonna try to watch a movie. They got Scott borrowed Star Wars from Stiles because Stiles is kind of always making references to Star Wars, but nobody gets it because they haven't seen the movie. So they're getting ready to watch it, but they're like, we're not even gonna watch the film because Derek doesn't have a TV. So then they get into a making out mode, right? Which is then interrupted by Kate, who becomes the ultimate cock blocker. Like damn, Scott trying to get him some. Like, dang. So then they are kidnapped and taken to the church. Meanwhile, we have Lydia awakening Deaton from the coma and tells him, yo, Scott and Kira got kidnapped. Right. So Peter shows up at the game, and he tells Malia, hey, I found out who your mother, the Desert Wolf. And he says, I'm off your deal. I will tell you the identity of your mom if you help me kill Kate Argent. Alright? Then during the brain, Brett from Satomi's pack, helps Liam control his fear of, the berserker stuff, and pretty much pays his debt to Scott for saving his pack, right? So then go back to Chris Argent, who's in the tunnel stuff. Deputy Parrish, comes in and helps him, and when he's helping him pull the metal out of his body, his eyes start to glow orange. I'm like, ooh, what is he? Okay. Meanwhile, back at the abandoned church, Kate imprisons Scott and Kira, and the church is located in La Iglesia, I think I pronounced that right. And she turns Scott into a berserker. Interesting. Next episode, which is the finale, Kira then awakens. Alright. My thing with Kira is why don't she have something on her at all times, like some sort of portable weapon, like a dagger or something. I mean, because Scott don't need one, Malia we don't need one, and Liam they don't need one, because they just wolf up, they got claws and teeth. Kira, she's a kitsune, and I mean she could absorb electricity and stuff. It doesn't harm her, but it's not like she could physically. Not like we see her physically, shoot lightning from her hands, or what I'm saying, we haven't seen her actually do anything like that. So her primary weapons would be nunchucks and a katana, weapons like that. So I'm like, why don't you have a portable one on you at all times? Because you may never know when you might be attacked. I'm just saying. So Kira awakens. Scott, as a berserker with the skull thing on, he attacks her and stabs her with a bone knife. Kate reveals that she was drawn to La Iglesia after being turned into a Nagul, and with Peter's help, she found out she could make her own berserkers. Stiles, Derek, Malia, Liam, Brayden, Peter, and Peter head for La Iglesia. Stiles wants to wait because he wants to try and because Lydia needs Lydia, so they call Mason to go and find Lydia film and tell him just catch up with us later, right? So Lydia and Mason are actually trapped in the basement at school by a berserker. They're not going to get through. Lydia realizes that Kate Argent doesn't want her helping the others. Because she's a banshee and everything. Liam, on the way to the band church, he begins to lose control. It's a full moon. So first, Derek tries to do his monster thing to keep him under control. The alpha, beta, omega thing. It doesn't work. So Styles then decides to use Satomi's mantra. What are three things that cannot be hidden? The sun, the moon, and the truth. So he has Liam repeat this and it gets him calm. Like, yeah. Kira hallucinates her mom, Noshiko, and tell her that you need to trigger your healing ability, by inducing pain on yourself. My thing was, she's already in pain. Like, her boyfriend just stabbed her. Shouldn't they have triggered that already? She was in pain. So they show her breaking the wall next to her, and she picks up a piece of the rock, and she stabs herself, and her eyes glow, and she heals up. I'm like, she should have built here, though, after her boyfriend just stabbed her. Like, isn't that pain enough? It hurt because it's, you guys got stabbed. Not only that, it's your boyfriend. That's like double the hurt. Come on now. Scott packs arrive and they attack Scott, but Derek gets injured outside. The pack overpowers Scott, which is Liam and Malia and Liam. Styles and Kira stop them when they realize, no, don't kill him. It's Scott. So they were like, what? They look on the face like, oh, it's our alpha. Alright. So then Scott attacks Liam, and Liam, talks to Scott, brings him back, and Scott takes off the, the berserker uniform and stuff, and breaks the spell. Sheriff Stillingsley heads to the school. He throws a claymore mine to the berserker, and boom, go bye-bye, berserker. Braden is was attacked and overpowered by Kate and berserker until Chris Argent, Deputy Parrish, and the Cavaliers arrive, and there's like a big battle with the berserkers and hunters and Deputy Parrish, whatever the heck he is. Then Derek dies, and then all of a sudden this Black Wolf comes out of nowhere, attacks Kate. Then he shifts, and we realize it's Derek. And Derek reveals that his body wasn't he wasn't dead. He was just evolving like a Pokemon into a new form. Derek Hale evolves into full wolf. Yeah. So Derek kills the berserker by crushing the skull. You killed the brain. You killed the wolf. Chris then shoots Kate with a rare strain of wolfsbane. She flees off into the abandoned church. I'm like, Kate finally reveals her motive of why she was, she's after Scott. So she said she was after Scott because Scott and his friends, they killed Allison, and Chris Argent was like, no, Allison died protecting her friends. Like, you don't even know the whole story. You don't even know the whole story, right? And so, so he tells her that, and then Kate runs off. I'm like, stop running away. Fight your battles like a man. So Scott figures out, like Derek knows too much about Kate and berserkers, and realizes that obviously he must be helping her. So when he reveals that, Peter was working with Kate, Peter like, jigs up. So he reveals his true plan, but he wants to kill Scott, and become the alpha. Because I was always the alpha. I'm like, oh my god, dude, we don't care. Let it go. Like Elsa says, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, okay? You was alpha. You're not alpha no more. Get over it. Get over it. Get over it. Your beta has become the alpha now. Get over it, dude. Dude, for real. So they both, go full wolf, and they fight and stuff. So Peter seems to have the upper hand until Scott embraces his true nature when he has to defend Liam, goes full alpha, and defeats Peter. Woo-hoo. Braden reveals that she is actually a former U.S. Marshal, but she had become obsessed with a target known as the Desert Wolf. Lydia gives Parrish a copy of the Argent's bestiary, and she says, I'm going to help you try to figure out, what you are, what supernatural being you are. Yoshiko reshapes a chunk of the obsidian Kira used, trigger her healing ability. And Kira realizes that this is her first kitsune tail. Like, yay, is the shape of a throwing star. Peter is then locked up at the supernatural wing at Eachin House. and his roommate is Dr. Valley. Peter looks into his third eye, and it's terrifying. He's trying to escape, but it's like glass where you can't escape. And then with his fate is unknown, we don't know what it is. We just hear him screaming. You know how they do that zooming thing where they go out from screaming. We go out the door closes, then you see every other supernatural being there just beating on the glass. And Valak's intentions are also unknown. So that is all for that season of Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf season 5 will have 20 episodes, and it will do the same thing they did in season 3, where they divided the first half. There's like one storyline, and then the second half is another. So that's what they're gonna do with season 5. The first 10 episodes gonna be like one storyline. The second half of that season is gonna be a completing. It's gonna be following a different storyline. So that was pretty good. Some episodes of this season overall were like really good. We got the suspense of like, what is Deputy Parrish? And I'm kind of mad because now I got to literally wait for a whole season for the new season to come up to figure out what the heck is Deputy Parrish. I don't know if Chris Argent and Kate will be back in season 5 because obviously she most likely probably left Beacon Hills area, and her brother's gonna chase her to the end of the earth with the Calaveras. So I don't know if those two will be coming back. We don't know what Peter's fate is, but obviously I don't think they're gonna get rid of his character because he's such a good character. Then there's Derek and who finally is a full wolf, can turn into a full wolf just like his sister and his mom, so that's pretty cool. Who else? I definitely want to see Styles and Malia's relationship definitely grow a little bit more, and hopefully we get to find out who her mom is. Also, I would like to see Lydia as a character be able to trigger her banshee abilities, kind of like how Scott, they just go, he could just automatically make his eyes glow, or he could, go full, wolf. I kind of hope they could kind of do that with Lydia, where she could kind of trigger her banshee powers instead of having her have to do this whole thing where she has to wait. Who else? Lydia, Styles, Liam. And definitely want to see Liam become stronger as Scott's beta. That would definitely be interesting. And I think I covered everybody. And Kira. Also, I would like to see if Kira, as a Kutsune, can use her abilities as a, if she's a Thunder Kutsune. Can she, shock people? Because we know she could do, the thing where she uses her hand to be, resuscitate you, if you go, unconscious and stuff. But I don't know, can she, shoot lightning out her hands or something? Something like that, can her, keeping with the mythology, can she do that? I don't know, questions. But anyway, the season overall was good. There was a few episodes that was, sort of slow. And, the Deadpool plot was pretty good, they're being hunted, the hunter becomes the hunted. That was definitely pretty good. So I can't wait to see what they have for season 5. So comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the review of Gotham, which premieres tonight on ABC at 8 o'clock, followed by the second season premiere of Sleepy Hollow, which premieres right after, and then I will have a written review up on Geeked Out Nation for the pilot episode of Forever on ABC. Gotham, Sleepy Hollow, Fox, Forever, ABC, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.